It's week 9 of the 2024 season, and we'll see Jordan Love. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Packers and the Lions, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9? And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And out come the Lions for their first drive behind their 9th-year quarterback in year number 4 with Detroit. It's Jared Goff.
It's hardly an exaggeration to say that Goff has revitalized his career these last couple of years. And he's rewarded for it during the offseason, as Detroit has certainly made sure everyone knows he's their quarterback for the future. It's clear that they believe in him, and he's done nothing to sway them from that belief.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers for Gibbs from last week, north of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first. Gone. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. So the Packers make their way out for the first time, and it's Jordan Love that has the keys to the car here in his 5th season as a pro and 2nd as a starter.
Not sure what you thought, but I thought it was appropriate when he walked into our meeting with his arm totally encased in ice, because he threw 5 touchdown passes last week and won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award.
Yeah, but reading the paper this morning, and he said, gosh, I actually thought I should have got 6 or 7. But still, it was an amazing performance a week ago.
Boy, I'll tell you what, if he thought he should have had 6 or 7, that's a guy that's an absolute perfectionist, not just greedy.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 21 carries, 68 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Love. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Love now. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. 5 plays there on that drive, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Here's Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. St. Brown in motion right. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Now it's Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Off play action. Here's Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40. In motion goes Patrick. Again, Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
And Gibbs has it. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
And that one too wide and incomplete. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. On 4th down, on is Jake Bates for the Lions field goal. This from 42 yards out. Bates' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Love. That's complete. He finds Jayden Reed. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target. And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. You look at this Packers defense. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Goff and Williams hooking up there for a Lions first.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands, and yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
Goff now looking to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's brought down. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Goff. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. Gibbs straight ahead. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Detroit.
Now Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Goff now to throw. That's complete to Laporta. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Just beating the play clock is Goff. Open man right side is St. Brown. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Bates' kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Packers now to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against Jacksonville, and they lead this one as well right now. Out in front here. They've got it 1st and 10. Throw left side is complete to Reed.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Daniel Whelan now. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Lions offense and receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown set to go once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
He's airing it out for Williams. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Delay of game. Offense.
Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
From the gun, here's Goff. Throws out left, it's caught by Williams. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
You know, he's been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a 1st down.
Delay of game. Offense.
Not enough sense of urgency there. Play clock hit 0, 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, I like your point there. Not enough sense of urgency. People walking up to the line of scrimmage, you've got to get up there and get set and be ready to go.
Now a play fake, and it's Goff.
Finds Gibbs on the check down.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Delay of game, offense.
Play clock hit 0. Don't know what went wrong there, Charles, but it's going to cost them 5 yards.
Has to be some organization from the sideline. Sometimes when you're trying to decide on what play to send in, the play caller has to move a little bit faster.
Now Goff. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Goff.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Bates' kick is good. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
In motion right goes Reed.
They just do get the play off. Love going to throw it. He finds his man. Complete. It's Reed. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Now Love. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs.
And he is going to have a Packers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. To the air again, Love. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Love now. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
This to Jacobs on the toss right. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
To throw now. Here's Love. Staying on his feet. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Now it's gone. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Escaping the pressure right. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Throwing, Love. He gets that one complete to Wicks. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Working out of the gun, Love. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Love. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Here's Love. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense. Blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a 1st down. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Love looking to throw it. Short throw, he's got Kraft. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. On play action, Love to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Boy, the coverage there, airtight as he comes away with the interception.
Love that observation there because they were taking a shot in the end zone. But you're right about the coverage. Absolutely tremendous. And this they could clip for a training tape. Staying with him down the field, locates the football in the air, and comes away with the interception.
And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was our visitors who were able to walk away with the road victory. Terry McLaurin leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Packer offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking. He's got a man, complete. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
It's a big play there for Green Bay. 44 yards.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Operating from the gun, Love. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. This is caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding offense.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Love from the gun. Steps away. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
McManus on for the field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good, and they take the lead here by a point, 10-9. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And he takes these near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Goff now looks to throw. It's Williams on the catch. Now 2nd and 3. Here's Goff. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Here's Goff.
He's across midfield.
And finally taken down at the 34. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Just beating the play clock is Goff. Trying for right, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Wilson. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
Following the interception, Love.
That's complete to Wicks.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back to throw. Love. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Looking to throw. Love. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 1.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Counter play with Jacobs. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Love. He finds his man. Complete. That's Jacobs. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a 1st at the Lions' 13-yard line. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. Looking to throw. Love.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
This will be caught at about the 5. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
2nd down and 4.
At the 4-yard line.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Touchdown, Packers! Jaden Reed from 4 yards out.
And the Packers are able to extend their lead.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Now McManus for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the result, a Green Bay score. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it.
Call.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
That is brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return.
The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Dobbs goes in motion. Now Love. He's got the hook up with Dobbs.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 48 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Lions are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Yeah, Detroit back in possession of the football. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. After the interception, here's Goff. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. In motion goes the tight end. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff finding his big receiver Patrick over the middle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Goff now looking to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. The Packers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Play fake. Here's Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a yard. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And this will be a Packers first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Short throw. He's got Kraft. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 4 is now 2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing. Love. He finds his man. Complete. That's Reed.
like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
That's complete to Dobbs. And he's going to have a Packers first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
We're down to the 41.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Play action this time with Love.
A short throw to Musgrave.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. Going back to Love. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here's Love. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. On play action. Love to throw.
Towards the middle and caught by Musgrave. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. To throw now. Here's Love. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Jacobs. And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there. No. It appears they're going to mark him short of the 1st.
Here we go. A big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. Love. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here's Goff and the Lions.
Down by 15. A little under a minute 50 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Back to throw, Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Now it's Goff.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Boy, hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming, 4th and 3.
They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they take a knee.
To a knee goes Love, and that should be that.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Packers, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.